Duval Talks, a podcast that inspires creatives to make meaningful content and pursue their passions. My name is Nick Cano.
And I'm Bismarck Javier.
We're musicians and videographers from Jacksonville, Florida. We're sitting down with creators talking about their creative process, lessons they've learned, and as well as how to go about making an impact in their community. Welcome back to Duval Talks. My name is Nick Cano.
I'm busy.
I am Simpo.
And we have a special guest with us here today. He goes by Big Rich.
That's me.
He loves to review food here in Jacksonville. He participates huge in the food truck community. And I've been following you for a minute, man. I respect your work.
I appreciate that.
Are you from Jacksonville?
Born and raised, Jacksonville, Florida, yes.
Yes, sir. I love to hear that. That's awesome. So we are all Jacksonville natives ourselves as well. And that's one of the things that really brought us together to start talking about the community and bring it up to what we want to, which is a new standard. Back in the day, my grandpa owned a music store from 1933 to 1998.
Okay.
So that just kind of gives you a little that was my motive to kind of just get kick-started and everything.
Absolutely.
I want to open that back up. And it was right in the middle of downtown, and that's where everything right now, nothing is going on.
Yeah.
But please tell me a little bit about yourself, my friend. What was your life growing up like? How did you get involved into doing what you do now?
Be honest with you, I grew up in Springfield on the north side of Jacksonville.
Awesome.
So I grew up basically appreciating every dollar we had. My grandmother actually owned a bar on the corner of 8th and Walnut called the Shamrock Inn. We lived above it, and so that was, the way I got into that hospitality. I would, help clean up and things like that growing up. But basically, as time went on, as I grew up, I appreciated everything that I had, and I appreciated what other people put out there as far as their passion, and that, being a small business meant a lot in Springfield. If you had your own business, the community would come out and support you because that's what it was about. It was about supporting others.
Absolutely, for sure.
And so as an adult, I wanted to continue that, and what better way to do that, as you get older and you have a job and you have funds available, is to use those funds to invest in your community and help others. And social media has just become a platform where it's more instant, where you can let people know where you're eating at, where you're spending your money at, where you're spending your hard-earned dollars to invest in somebody who's also spending their hard-earned dollars to give you what they are selling.
Yeah, absolutely.
When it comes to food, there's no greater thing as a person who actually went to culinary school, graduated, did 5 years, had a bad accident, had to take a break from that path, but I still have that passion for other people that are doing the same thing. So food is a big thing with me. Obviously, I'm Big Rich, so I like to eat, and I like good food.
Yes, sir.
And I try to find the small places, get people out of their comfort zone.
Definitely.
Too many people stick in their own neighborhood when it comes to food. And I go everywhere, and I try to, invite people out to go to the north side, to go to the south side if they normally at the west side.
Yeah.
I want to basically bring everybody together. It's a community. It's Jacksonville.
Correct.
We're all part of the same hood, no matter what area of your town you live on.
And it's so big to support locally as well, because that's what I feel like a lot of people are missing out on, is that local support. And I didn't really, until actually I graduated high school, is when I really started to support more locally, because that's when more of my friends started getting their own businesses, their own ideas and everything like that. And I just found it more satisfying for myself as well to just go support somebody that I genuinely care about than to just go to a fast food chain or just, the regular restaurant. I worked at Carrabba's for 4 years, and I would much rather support a local business and support a Carrabba's. It's already well known. So, but yeah, that's awesome that you go from side to side of town to actually, because for people that don't know as well, Jacksonville is huge. Yes. And to get from anywhere, it's probably about a 25, 30-minute drive.
Correct.
So when you do eat just in your neighborhood, you're missing out on an enormous amount of food.
A ton of great little spots. And, my thing is hidden gems. You'll find on my page a lot of small places you've never even heard of. Mm-hmm. Or maybe you saw them out of the corner of your eye and you just missed them.
Yeah. Right.
When I find places, that are hole in the walls, those are my favorite spots, because people in there, they're not spending their money to be flashy. they're spending their money on quality food and quality taste.
Yeah.
They're going to eat.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
that's, you know, like I said, I have my favorite spots, and I you know, but I'm always willing to have the people invite me to like different restaurants of their favorites that I might not have tried. Now, there's a lot of them that I haven't, and I'm still working on that.
Oh yeah, of course.
You know.
What's some of those favorite spots you were talking about?
Well, one thing that I grew up eating, and a lot of people aren't really known that don't really know about, is a place called Jenkins Barbecue.
Okay.
But which location?
That's
So-
Northside, Big
so,
Rich.
So I basically grew up on the Pearl Street, right there.
Pearl World.
Yes,
Exactly,
sir.
right downtown. That was my location because I grew up right down the street.
Yes, sir.
So that's one of the original locations, and that's the one I've been eating it for the longest time. Now, the one on Emerson also has a really good quality. It's consistent with the Pearl Street location. So I go there sometimes because it's closer, a little bit closer sometimes.
Yeah.
But Jenkins Barbecue is one of my staples. If you want mustard sauce that doesn't compare to anyone else, you got to try Jenkins.
I absolutely agree with that statement.
Facts.
And I actually grew up on the north side, right off of Dunn.
Okay.
And the place I used to always go to was the Pig Barbecue
Oh,
on
yes.
Lim Turner specifically.
Yes. I've been there, of course.
And
They
that
do
was
barbecue. They do breakfast as well.
yes, sir. They do breakfast as well, and it's all I've never really actually been to another location, and I've seen all the new updated ones, but the one on Lim Turner is the first one. It's the OG.
You want to know
It's-
something wild? I stay right off Lim Turner, and that I've never been to the Pig.
Oh, yeah.
Are you
You
serious?
got to change that, man.
It's
Never been to the Pig.
another thing that's crazy. I grew up eating Jenkins on the north side whenever they weren't shut down, so I would have to really try the downtown and like the Emerson, you say, location.
Yeah.
Yeah, the downtown one is pretty good. Like,
Yeah, I heard the downtown was the
Pearl
best
Street,
one.
Yeah.
because the one on
Bussin'.
I don't always hear
Is
the
that
best
Old
things about the
Kings?
ones on New Kings, right?
Yeah, New Kings.
Kings Road.
Yeah, New
Yeah.
Kings. That
Heard
one's
they
been
shut-
shut down
Yeah.
twice, I believe, from violations. But I mean, I don't take that away from the food. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I do.
I mean, thing is that you just never know what the circumstances are. But
Exactly.
I know my favorite spots, and I know, what I look for, and what I look for is just good flavor, good food, and so I have my, a couple of my favorite spots. Some new, some old.
Yeah.
And then, well, actually, what's one of you guys' favorite spots?
Yeah.
Maybe he might have been to it.
A spot that I just tried recently, kind of like within the past few months or so, is Tequila Cinco and where is that? 5 Points?
Taqueria
Five.
Cinco.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Did I say that wrong?
Yeah.
I think a little bit.
Yeah, I'm sorry if I mispronounced it.
It's
yeah.
okay. It's I know what you're talking about. It's right there in 5 Points in Riverside.
Yeah, there's like 3-4 taco spots in Riverside,
Right,
so you really
right
got to
in that
know
one
which one
little
you're going
strip.
to.
Yeah.
But I believe it's Taqueria Cinco. I'm not even sure if I'm saying it right either.
Close enough.
But no, that spot does. It definitely has like that street taco
Yeah.
vibe.
More earthy. They use a lot all of the onion, including the green part, as well.
Correct.
Yeah, and their street corn, their esquite is what it's called when it's in a bowl, is on point for sure.
I had that too, and it is on point. Now and then, but 904 Taco. If I'm in Riverside, that's not the spot I'm going to personally.
Yeah.
But it's all love. You know what I'm saying? It's all love.
Like I said, you have people that you trust.
Right.
You have friends that you trust their opinions on. Now,
Yeah.
sometimes your taste may be better than others, or they may be different than others. So sometimes you just gotta try it for yourself and see what you think.
True that.
And that's what
true
I
that.
do. I don't really really care so much about reviews as much. I really don't really do so much as a review as I do a spotlight.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I call my post on new places that I've gone is small business spotlight, because
I like that.
I want to shine that light because a lot of people don't know about them, and
Yeah.
Sometimes they
That's
need
really
a little extra push. They need a few extra customers just to get them over that hump.
Yeah. And people really don't understand when it comes to small local businesses, 4 customers can make a big difference to their day. Like really, because I mean, if they're all come in and they all get meals and they spend $100, it's a big difference to a small business's day. So
True.
if you can do that, please do. Personally, I think one of my favorite food spots growing up, I always went to a place called Chowder Ted's when I would leave the beach. I don't know if you've heard of that place before.
I'm
No?
not that familiar with them because like I said, I grew up on the north side, and
Yeah.
we didn't get out to the beach very often.
I feel it.
You know?
This place is right off of Heckscher Drive. So if you were going to Huguenot Park, the beach you can drive on, it's over that way.
So you're on that side over by like the Danes Point Bridge.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, and I stay off of Dunn is where I was living, but yeah, right over Heckscher, off of Heckscher, right over the Danes Point Bridge, off of Heckscher.
Yeah.
On the left, it's this very small little spot. It's right before Palms Fish Camp. Actually, you might have heard of that.
I remember Palms Fish Camp.
Yeah.
I've been to Palms Fish Camp.
So it's right before that, maybe about a mile,
Gotcha.
but much smaller, probably about as big as this apartment.
Gotcha.
And but it's a great place. They have the guy that owns it, his name is Ted, and he makes great chowder. They have
Chowder
great.
Ted.
Not many
Shout out
people
Ted.
get fried crawfish, but they have great fried crawfish. I know that sounds different. Usually
Fried
people just get it
crawfish
boiled.
sounds kind of tasty.
It's amazing.
Okay.
This surprises a lot of people coming from somebody who lives in Florida, grew up in Florida. Is I'm not a big shellfish guy. I don't really do
Me
shrimp.
either.
That is crazy.
The funny thing is that as a young kid, we ate it all the time, and I think that had a big influence on my
Probably,
on
yeah.
my taste and the
Definitely.
It's more of a texture thing for me. I'm big on texture when it comes to food. If I don't like the texture, doesn't matter how good it tastes. That texture gets to me.
Yeah,
You know, and that's just how I roll. You know,
I can understand that
So
too.
how are you with like other seafoods? Like
I'm okay with fish, and
Let's-
but mainly white fish. More, you know, I'm not really big. I don't do like salmon because I don't like a fishy fish.
Yeah, the real salty.
so how would you
fishy
feel
taste.
about like the texture of like an oyster?
No.
Oh, word.
That's a big no. I've had oysters, and I don't really get the appeal.
fried,
Me?
boiled, steamed, all of it?
I tell
Nah.
some oysters, boy. I tell 'em
I
up.
can't. I can't either.
Well, I'll tell you what. We go out to eat, and they accidentally put oysters on my plate. I'll slide them over to you.
And I'm gonna eat them all.
I had
Thank
one
you.
oyster one time that I liked, and it was a charboiled oyster.
Okay.
So so all that was minced garlic, red pepper, I think butter and
Yeah.
like cheese maybe something like that.
Sure.
Amazing. But that's the only reason I liked it is because all that was on it.
Right.
The oyster itself,
It,
nah.
it kind of covered the
Yeah.
actual.
It's
taste
a
and-
peculiar
Shout out
taste.
oysters, man. Shout out oysters, man.
Have you ever,
I'm riding for y'all.
Heard of a place called the Fish House, like OP Fish House, or the?
I'm very familiar with the OP Fish House, Beach Road Fish House. Now you have St. Augustine. They actually have a new location.
Yep.
With the Fish House and Oyster Bar.
Definitely.
New Berlin over on the north side of Jacksonville. They have New Berlin Fish House.
Yep, they opened up. I
They
think my,
taking over, Jack.
Yes.
My dad and I helped Nathan, the owner, open up the OP Fish House
Right on.
out there when it first opened up. So we had worked there for like a year and a half, I believe,
I was there as well.
and he was there as well. Yeah. He
How
came a
was
couple
that
months
experience?
later. Talking to me?
Yeah.
It was all right. It was a very small kitchen. It was hard to work in.
Yeah.
But I mean, but other than that, the food's good. But
Nick's lying.
I'm not lying.
Nick's lying.
The food was good, man. It was just at the time we were working in a very small spot, and we had the refrigerator. He had one of those rent me refrigerator things, and it was in the parking lot. So we were having to make trips from the kitchen to the parking lot to go to our refrigerator.
That's a tough go.
So like,
Yeah,
the
definitely.
workload itself was brutal. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, the workload was crucial.
But the customers were always happy. You know? So-
Well, for a business owner, that's what's really important is they leave smiling.
yeah. But he's also now, from when we were there, he expanded into the building next door. So I believe he expanded the kitchen
Makes
and
sense.
everything like that. So he did what he can to make it better as time went on. But yeah, the fish houses are everywhere now, literally. And I think they even opened one up in Tallahassee as well.
Okay.
What?
And that was actually the second location when they did the fish house when you were still working there too, I think.
Yeah, I had a very interesting experience at my time at the fish house.
How was your time at the fish house?
Shout out to Fish House, man. Y'all should go try their food, but it was tough when I was there.
Everybody has a different experience with with working and a new environment, and
Yeah.
sometimes people are still getting their feet wet in the business world as well. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
could have been just a poor experience all around.
Yeah. It was.
Yeah.
It was definitely a very ugly experience.
I see your flashbacks in your eyes. My poor man's looking back right now like, oh, the days. Oh, the days.
It was.
They're behind you.
and it
remember
wasn't
that.
a work situation. It was just more of like a awareness situation.
Environment.
Yeah,
Situation.
you get what I'm saying.
Understood.
Yeah.
There's a little bit different awareness at the time when OP Fish House first opened up, and I think at the time the only black person working there.
You were.
Say less.
You were.
So it was very
You were.
a lack of awareness in some situations,
Gotcha.
which worked that experience for me.
The main thing for me, at least, he didn't know my man's name, and we were getting paid cash at the time, and he wrote Afro Man on to give it for my dog's money. So the manager had to be like, "Who is?"
Not just one time.
Yeah,
Let's
not
keep
just
in
one
mind.
time.
This
It
is
was
for my entire entity working at this location.
Yeah,
That's a little. I mean, I can understand your
frustration.
frustration with that situation because I mean, if you're going to be a business owner of any kind or manager of any kind, you want to know your employees' names.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
You
crazy.
want, and just the, all that is a simple fix of walking up to your employees and, hey, I'm sorry, I don't know your name.
But you get what I'm
I'm
saying.
not
I don't have no bitterness or nothing from that situation. I don't know if you know. I am.
You got a little bit of a bitterness.
Well, this is how I take the situation.
Little salt.
Let's
This-
be real.
this-
I still got bitterness in my heart from some places I worked in the food industry. So
This is kind of how I took it. So if you didn't know, I'm a musician and I'm a recording artist, and that's what I actually have the luxury of doing full time now.
nice.
I remember towards the end of my experience there, my tenure there, they was having a lot of live musicians and everything like that. And then they had like an opening where they was like trying to find somebody to perform, and I'm like, hey, y'all know I'm a musician. I already do shows, everything like that. And then they was like, what you want to do? Bring the whole hood out?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
But you,
That was
well,
not
no,
funny.
like, but I don't even see it as like a
But it's kind of funny. But it's not funny.
how I took it as is like one day I will bring the whole hood out.
Yeah.
Like, you get what I'm saying? Like,
Well, to be real with you, I mean that's negative on them, but that's also ignorant on their part, in my opinion, because let's
definitely.
face it, as a business owner, hell yes, bring the whole hood out because they're gonna buy food.
eat it.
Exactly.
Tell their nephews, aunties, cousins, nieces.
And
Let's get the crab boil. Let's get everybody out here. Let's do this.
Exactly. And the crazy part is, it was really, and he was stereotyping my man, is really what it was too, because we all actually went to school for music. We all went to Douglas Anderson and La Villa, and we all play instruments. So he is an amazing piano, guitar player, and he would have brought his own crowd out there. But he definitely was sticking to like the country music. But yeah,
It's all good, man. Y'all go out there and try some OP Fish House food. Tell them Simpo sent you.
Yeah,
there you go.
let's get back to the positive.
Yes.
Exactly. Let's get back to the positive things.
I do
in
have a
life.
question for you, though.
Yeah.
It's very interesting that you've dedicated yourself to this experience of like discovering new food and connecting people with new food and new experiences. So I wanted to know, like, how do you approach finding these new places and knowing what to try, what to give a chance, and like, how often are you trying to find a new spot?
I make it a point that I try to find a new spot at least once a week.
Okay.
Right now, I've gotten a little bit busier because I started a new career path with a new company that's catered basically mostly towards food trucks, food carts, trailers, and like pop-up events. And it's called Truck Finder. We just created the app.
Yes, sir.
So it's out as of May. We've already started loading a lot of local food trucks and
That's
trucks
amazing.
from all over the U.S. Basically, just to make it a one-stop shop for customers as well as trucks, to make it easier for them to concentrate on what they do best, and that's food.
Correct.
We don't want we want to take the whole struggle of finding people to work the front window when all you got to do is go onto the app and you can pre-order and pick it up.
That
Yep.
would be fantastic.
And this is good just for the customer side as well as the, what would you call that? I'm sorry, but the owner side as well as the business. Because as a food truck owner, you could use this app knowing where to go. I'm assuming you'll be able to like find spots to put your food truck as well.
Yeah, the thing is we always have connections. I've been in the industry, food industry for many years. I kind of got involved with the food truck community because I love to eat and I love trying to find new food trucks.
Definitely.
So I started an Instagram page called Food Trucks of 904
Okay.
about 2 years ago.
I think that's crazy because I actually I didn't know you ran that page.
A lot of people don't know that I run it.
Yeah, but I do
because
follow that.
My face isn't on that page as much. It's more because I want to concentrate on the trucks.
Yeah,
It's
it's
not
real.
about me. My personal page is about me, and also the small businesses that I frequent.
Absolutely.
The truck page is about the trucks and where to find them, throughout Jacksonville, Orange Park, St. Augustine, Fernandina Beach, Palatka, wherever the 904 touches, those are the trucks that I concentrate on right now. Now, Truck Finder, TruckFindr, is nationwide. So it allows you to actually find those trucks without having to search. So when you basically open up that app, it's got a pinpoint blue dot where you are and the trucks that are in your area.
That's gonna be so.
That's gonna be legendary.
If anybody hasn't told you already, you're on to something.
Yeah.
Well, we feel that we
I think
created
you're
a
on to
better
something.
product.
Yeah.
We definitely feel strongly that we've created a better product than the other ones that are out there that just allow you to order food and that's it.
Yeah.
You
Right.
don't have to, just take the guess.
Well, and it also is going to take double. Usually, when you order food, anyways, through these services, it takes double the amount of time it would, anyways.
Yeah.
So if you can really just order the food and be able to go pick it up directly from the food truck,
Yes.
especially with them having to pick up the phone at the food truck, because you know how that goes in a food truck. You usually have a line at the food truck,
Yes.
and
Right.
they don't like to
You
pick
don't
up the
have
phone.
time to answer the phone.
You know, crazy too. We didn't even talk about this. Red Truck
Yeah.
is on the north. I don't know if you've been to Red Truck before, but if you haven't,
Cherry's Red Truck. That is my spot. I am co-signing it.
yeah,
Is that the one on Lemon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been there once. I mean, it was good. It was really good because I went over there and I was supposed to be going over there to what's the name? Goodness gracious.
Is it over there?
It'd
It's
be
over on
on-
the north side. It's on wheels. It's something on wheels off the top of my head. I can't remember.
something on wheels. I've seen something like that.
Not Cousins on Wheels or something. I don't know.
it's-
It's okay. It might come back.
Yeah.
It might come back.
Shout out them though.
Yeah. That's funny as heck. But yeah, no, I do. I like Red Truck a lot. They have really amazing crab cakes.
Yeah, and also very supportive of the community.
It's good. I was just wondering. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You're good. By all means. Oh, you got a fancy watch. That's nice. I like that. I need one of those so bad. I stay with a regular.
That's a smartwatch.
Yeah. Well, I just like.
the logo is on it.
Oh, that's badass.
that's hard.
Actually, I got your sticker over there on my skateboard chair that I made.
Right on. Right on.
And we put one in Wildcrafters too. I really like that sticker, man. That's really dope. Who animated that?
Actually, our art department at Truck Finder.
Oh shit.
We have a separate
Hell
department.
yeah, man! Shout out the art department,
Yeah,
man.
it's called Fast Designs.
Awesome.
And we're going to be launching that to our customers and clients and everything to create logos and stuff for them as well in the future.
Heck yeah. So tell me then. So what's all the services you plan on offering with this?
So basically, right off the gate, we're doing you're doing online ordering, card processing through our company Clover. We've partnered up with them because they were allowed to basically give us the negotiation skills to get the lowest rate for these small businesses, and because Clover basically has a larger platform, they have their own app store.
Right.
So we wanted to basically be on the app store and basically be able to utilize that for our clients. So we have online ordering, card processing. We build websites for landing pages. So if you have an older customer that doesn't know how to use the app, they can just click on your link in the bio, and they can actually order from your website, which we create for you through Truck Finder.
That's perfect.
So basically allows you to do a lot.
That's
more
if you
business.
don't already have one, or you create another website.
Well, we do both. I mean, like say for instance, we create one for us through Truck Finder, so it actually links to your Clover device.
Okay.
So
Gotcha.
if they order from that landing page, basically once the card is processed, within 45 seconds, that truck receives a receipt printout.
Right.
So it says you have an order for pickup at this time, and through Truck Finder, so they know exactly where it's coming from.
That's pretty cool.
So if somebody comes to the window and says, "Hey, I ordered my food,"
That's really cool.
it's already ready to go.
And I'll tell you another thing too. So I worked for Carrabba's for a little while,
Sure.
and they got this really cool thing that they started doing right before I left, and it was it's called Tender Shack. I don't know if you've heard of that before, but you can only get it on the Grubhub or whatnot.
Right.
I forgot all the other apps, but essentially, you can't order this in Carrabba's, only through the app. But this is a restaurant within a restaurant.
Okay, so it's a secret menu.
It's a secret menu, correct?
Gotcha.
So you can't order it at Carrabba's, you can't get it all, but only through the apps. It's literally called Tender Shack, a whole separate restaurant, and they do chicken tender sandwiches, like Cajun sandwiches, tender meals, and that's really it. And they do cookies and fries.
Okay.
So, but they do that strictly through Grubhub, DoorDash, and all that through our car side carryout. So I don't know how they worked out the money and all that essentially, but I just think that's a really cool concept as well, that they literally did a whole restaurant inside a restaurant. So shout out
That's
to
dope.
Tender Shack if you haven't tried that. It's actually really good because actually ourselves, Carrabba's uses frozen chicken tenders. And then the Tender Shack
Oh
tenders.
Lord, he exposing them.
I don't care. That's not that bad. But Tender Shack, we actually hand bread the chicken tenders for them. So it's just crazy to me that like they still have frozen chicken tenders, but you
you're
sell
making us
fresh
hand
chicken
bread,
tenders.
right?
You know? So what? And they say it. I think the frozen ones cost a little more actually as well,
Yeah.
because
Because you're paying for flash frozen.
yeah, you're paying for flash frozen, and you got to think about it. It's cheaper to get. You can have someone make it, yada yada. But yeah, that's a whole different
Yeah.
world right there. But yeah, continue, man. So what's the future? How long until you think everything will be ready with the app?
Well, I mean, honestly, it's ready now. As far we've been working on this. My business partners, we basically wanted to bring this to Jacksonville to start, but then make it international. And so we wanted to make sure we tested it a few places, make sure that the online ordering is working, make sure that the printout's working on time, make sure that the menu is simple for people to use, but still looks good. And so we've been coming up with new ideas like left and right, so we can always add on. Like we just added an option for, say you have a stationary truck that's always in one location. Well, if they want to hire somebody to do their delivery instead of paying out to Grubhub or DoorDash, we actually have delivery options through our website and through our app. So that actual truck can hire a delivery person to do, and they can create a delivery route and a delivery's like circumference, 5-mile radius.
That's really nice.
So they have a couple of different options, and they can charge more, minimum delivery order, or they can also charge a delivery fee to pay for that driver.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? And so we've put that option included. Now nobody's using it yet
Yeah.
because most trucks are mobile. But
And you gotta let that catch on.
Exactly.
Trust, but that's really gonna be a good
That'll
option
definitely
as
catch on.
Man, all y'all do is
Time
win,
cons-
win.
Well,
boy.
we're just trying to keep the money in
Yeah.
house. We're trying to keep the money
Yeah.
for the truck. Why pay some other company to deliver for you and take 45 minutes to an hour to get your food to that customer when you can actually have somebody on site ready to take that food right away within 15-20 minutes.
correct. I was gonna say as well, as the future comes upon us, I also believe that food trucks are gonna be in that one location spot. I've seen there's a food truck on the north side and one in Riverside, I believe as well, Murray Hillish area, I forgot. But they are stationary, and they have a deck that they built off of the food truck with like 2 tables and the umbrella and all that as well. So they don't actually move. And I talked like it's just them renting from the property owner that one little piece of land. And I just think that's really cool that more places are starting to pop up, almost kind of like how tiny houses are the trend. Food trucks are becoming a place where you can really get great food. Like I know this is weird. I don't know how exactly to describe it.
Yeah.
But as these years have just come upon us, you can literally get more diverse and greater food at these food trucks sometimes than you can at these restaurants. So
There's a lot of great chefs. Every day we're opening up food trucks in every city that people have this mentality that food trucks are, dirty, or food trucks are, have just frozen wings or whatever.
That's
or frozen
definitely the rap
tenders.
it gets.
However, if you actually venture outside your own comfort zone and you actually go out there and actually try some of these food items from these trucks, you'll see that it's a better quality a lot of times because they take special pride in what they're putting out, because this is their business. This
It's
is what
not a
they do.
franchise.
It's not a franchise. They don't make money unless they sell this food. So
Right.
they're going to take pride, and they're going to do quality, and they're going to pay a little extra. And that's why the prices sometimes are a little higher.
correct.
When it comes to food
Definitely
trucks,
higher.
they're slightly higher, but you're never going to leave hungry. You're never going to leave saying that tasted horrible.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
most cases.
Yeah, in most cases.
Now, don't get me wrong. There are a few that could do better, but everybody's got a learning curve. Everybody's got to be able to start somewhere.
Right.
You know, I've had some of the best food out of some of the local trucks around Jacksonville.
Have you ever been to Food Truck Friday in Green Cove?
In Green Cove, out in Green Cove at Good Time Charlie's. Is that the one you're talking about?
He said maybe.
I wish I could say confidently if that's the place or not.
They have one. They have that one out there. The Good Time Charlie's.
The first Friday of every month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They also have out in Nocatee out there. They have Food Truck Fridays.
Oh, word? They have it in Nocatee as well?
Yeah, they have it in Food Truck, but it's like between 15 to 20 trucks in Nocatee. It's in a big big open field in the Nocatee Splash Park field.
I know that part. Yeah.
So that's where they have it, and they usually have a little live music sitting there as well.
We've actually, the band that I'm in, we've played at that
right on.
that food truck function time. Actually, we've played there twice, I think.
And then you got like Riverside Arts Market every Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They have at least a half a dozen food trucks and food vendors out there along with the rest of their vendors.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Well, I do have another question because I asked earlier, like, how often you try to like catch new places. And you say around like once a week and stuff like that,
Yeah.
which I thought would have been a lot more frequent. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, because you got to understand that I was trying to do it more often, but I was also working as a retail store manager for T-Mobile,
Grinding.
and I was working 60 hours a week doing that. So my time was limited, but I was still out here trying to hustle and trying to support as many as I could.
Well, and then also, bro, just try to about going to one new spot every week.
That poses me like a new question.
That's 52 different spots every
How do you find them? Do you just like drive around or?
Well, yeah, I use Google and Yelp and stuff, and I just kind of like and I'll go on there like new and hot. There's actually options, new restaurants near me.
Yeah.
Right.
New restaurants
Well,
on the south side.
I had a different question stem from that because now that I know, and I obviously know that you're a connoisseur of good food, I was more so interested in knowing like what are some of your like essentials when it comes to like a week of trying like new foods. Do you go to like a go-to like Taco Tuesday or something like that? Like
I try to stay away from Taco Tuesdays, to be honest with you, only because everybody's going to be out, and you don't, and because they're rapidly trying to put this stuff out, you don't always get the best tacos on Taco Tuesday.
I can definitely, I agree to that.
Because there's too much demand for it on that day because everybody wants to. So I'll tend to go tacos, even on like a Thursday or a Friday, or even a Sunday.
Yeah.
I'll go to like a new taco truck, or I'll try to find a new taco spot, but I don't necessarily have to be Taco Tuesday.
Well, I'm more so just asking in general, like, what are some of your essentials, like, go-tos, like, when it comes to, like...
What do you mean by essentials as far as what I look for, or...
So, for example, me, like, an average week is probably ugly. I'm probably going to go get some chicken wings, like, 3 times.
Oh, so
during that
preferences
week.
of what he likes to eat.
You know what I'm
My
saying?
preference of what I go eat.
Yeah, like some essentials. Like, this is kind of like your regular routine that you get this week.
Gotcha.
Of things that you
I'm
try.
sure he tries to switch it up as much as possible.
Yeah, I'm pretty simple.
I mean, thing is that I'm always down for a burger.
Okay.
Carolina Jack's has great burgers, if you didn't know.
Shout out to Carolina Jack's.
Never been there. I might have to try it.
Anthony's doing a big thing. He start off as a food truck.
But I can't even catch that burger good
Don't
as
do
fuck.
Started off as a food truck. Started off actually being called Kakalakis. Carolina.
I didn't know that. That's cool.
Called Kakalakis. Went through a name change due to some website stuff, and now it's Carolina Jack's, which is basically the name of his mascot for the most part. And now it's Carolina Jack's on Riverside, over on Oak Street and Bar.
Yep.
And just putting out fantastic burgers, loaded fries.
I definitely have to go try that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
No, I'm trying to go there today. I would love to have a burger today.
Make it a
Well,
point.
are they closed? Are they closed on Monday? I feel like I went there one time and it's okay. Mondays is the day my job is closed at Wild Crafters, and every time I try to go somewhere on Mondays, it's closed.
There's a lot of places that close on Monday for prep time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Mondays are typically their slower days anyway. So
Exactly.
They typically go do all their prep on Mondays. But going back to your question, burgers are always a given. That if you tell me there's a new burger spot that I should try, I'm there. I'm going to try it.
I like
like you said, chicken wings. Shoot, I love me some chicken
Bro,
wings.
what?
You know, from Bok Bok to Trap House.
I was gonna ask you, have you ever been to Bok Bok?
Hey, man. Shout out Bok Bok and Trap House. Trap House Chicken was playing my music the other day when I was there.
That's what I'm talking about.
Good shit.
Man, talking about that Trap House with that sexy red sauce.
Mm-hmm.
That'll change your life. That's
like
to me, that is like Jenkins barbecue sauce. It'll change the way you look at mustard sauce.
Yeah.
You know, Trap House sexy red sauce will make you change your ways about lemon pepper. It's just the best of both worlds.
I like that.
You
know what's crazy? I haven't been there.
See that
Trap House Chicken.
I haven't been there.
How you gonna hang out with these
I've
guys
only
and you
been
ain't
there
been to Trap
once.
House?
That's crazy, right? That's crazy, right? That's
crazy.
I'm around there all the time, and I've never been there. I definitely got to go there, actually.
Yes.
This is probably my last question, but probably my most important, my most serious question.
Come with it.
You say you grew up on the north side of Jackson. Y'all had to value every dollar that y'all held.
Yes.
My very important question is this: if you were stuck on an island for the rest of your life, and you only had to bring one flavor pack of top ramen noodles, what flavor would you bring?
Ooh.
Decisions.
Can I add a protein to it? Do you get to add a
Fuck
protein?
no. You gotta figure it out on the island.
Right, figure it out.
Well, clearly we know Big Rich ain't going with shrimp.
No, yeah.
Rich
We
ain't
know
going
that.
with shrimp.
No shells.
Honestly, see, the thing is I'm old school. When I used to just do straight up the chicken at first, but then I started getting a more better palate. So then I would take chicken and hot and spicy and mix them together.
Come on now.
You say, okay, I haven't thought about that yet.
I'm going to Publix after this.
So a hot and spicy chicken, that would be my flavor.
Whoa.
I can dig
Look,
it.
I can dig it. I can dig it.
I've definitely made some good ramen before on my days.
What would your flavor be?
It would definitely have to just be the chicken bias. That I grew up on the chicken flavor. I tried a couple other ones that threw me off. I tried the beef. I'm not a big fan of it. I don't like the beef by itself.
You don't like the beef?
Not at all.
What about you, Busy?
Man, I think I'm gonna have to go with that chicken.
You gotta go with that chicken too. But I mean, that's the thing though. Does he get his option of mixing half and half?
I mean, it's Big Rich. It's his podcast.
What the
He
fuck?
gets to do what he wants. It's his podcast.
Well, I mean, hey, the thing is that it doesn't matter, what flavor you get. It's your flavor, But yeah, I mean, chicken is just a staple. Chicken is where it started for
Definitely.
most of us. It's
Right.
the chicken that makes it what it is, because it's easy, it's familiar, and that's what people are used to. You start adding different flavors, then fantastic. But you got to start with the chicken.
Yeah, you do.
I'll probably be forced to get the chicken. I mean, I like the pork noodles. I'm not gonna lie, but I would hate to wash up on an island where they don't do the pork thing. That would get really awkward for me.
Well, see, you didn't say that there was other people in that.
Yeah, I was just.
I don't know what's on this island.
I'm thinking like
You're just
an
here.
island as big as this room, like it's just
You're
me
just here.
and a tree.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just like, man, I got a lifetime supply of ramen.
Look, I didn't get into the island insurance and
Yeah, exactly.
But I was trying to think of the name. There's this place in Riverside I like going to a lot. I wanted to shout them out. It's a Mediterranean place. A great gyros. Is that what you would say?
It's actually pronounced gyro.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Because I always say it wrong, and they always look at me funny.
We as Americans always say things wrong, but that's okay. When you get introduced to like somebody from Greece and they tell you how to say it, that's the way I say it from now on.
I like say that one more time.
Gyro.
Gyro.
Gyro. Wow. Yeah. I was.
So it's kind of like a GY.
Nobody.
Yeah, it's just good. That's
Gyro.
Yeah, gyro.
Yeah, I said. Wow.
Kind of like
That's different.
like a fancy ghetto.
Do you know what the name of that place is though? By chance, I forgot. I feel bad.
Talking about Hovan,
Hovan. Yes.
right there in 5 Points.
Right there in 5 Points.
Yeah.
They've been there forever, like a staple in 5 Points almost. But I didn't go there for the first time until like 6 months ago.
If you like Greek food, or if you like Mediterranean food in general, there's a number of there's different parts of the Mediterranean.
Oh yeah.
So you got your Greek, you got your like Turkish, you got so you have to there's different areas of Mediterranean, then they're gonna have different flavors. So it's not just about Greek food. It's not just about baklava. It's not just about lamb. There's a lot of things that are incorporated into different Mediterranean restaurants. There's a
Heck
great one
yeah.
over on the west side on Roosevelt called Bodrum. Bodrum.
Okay.
Bodrum. And they have
I
more,
think I've passed by that place.
they have more of a
before. I've seen it
Turkish
before.
influence. The owners and everything are from Turkey, and they have more of a Turkish
Nice.
influence. So their flavors are a little slightly different. A lot of the similar items. They do, of course, they have the gyros, and they have like the urfa and like stuff like that, and the rice, fantastic rice. But you know, you have different influences.
And this is just a
Yeah.
question, and you might be able to give it to me, might not, but maybe 3 places that maybe the people or we might not know that we haven't been to in Jacksonville, Florida, to eat some food, some hidden gems.
Really good.
Shout out to Joseph's Pizza on the north side of Jacksonville. They've been doing it strong. They've had a couple of different owners, but they've kept the recipes like as a staple. Fantastic people when you walk in there. They always greet you with a smile. They always want to make sure that you leave full and happy. Joseph's Pizza over
the
on
way it should be.
I believe it's 65th in Main Street.
Yes. Actually, yeah, I went there all the time growing up, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that place, and especially ever since they did the renovation.
Yes.
It's amazing. They opened it up a lot. It's really nice in there. And you're right. They kept the recipes as close to original as possible. Is amazing. Great food. If you haven't been there, definitely go there.
Heck yeah.
That was dope. Yeah, you brought up some good flavors in my mouth when you said that. What's another one?
Yeah, another hidden gem.
Another hidden gem is going to be Pine Grove Deli.
Haven't heard of that.
Pine Grove Deli. It's in Riverside. It's right off of Park Street by the corner of Pine Grove and Park. It's a little deli. It's actually a butcher shop and restaurant in one. So they actually do like fresh cut to order steaks and hamburger, lamb, pork chops, like an inch thick if you want. And fantastic food. They're really doing it right over there at Pine Grove Deli.
Yeah. Shout out them.
You said Pine Grove Deli?
Pine Grove Deli.
You got one more for us? One more hidden gem?
Ooh, let me see. I don't know how hidden it is anymore. A lot of people know about it, but it's one of my go-tos when I'm just craving spam, and that's going to be Mariana's Grinds.
Okay.
I actually never heard of them. So
They're more of a Pacific Island Hawaiian influence, Asian influence, but they're really doing it big. They've been around for a few years. Struggled during the pandemic. The community tried to support them as much as possible. They were actually able to open up. They were just doing bakery goods as well in the restaurant. People got so popular with the bakery goods, they put out this bread called ube bread, which is actually colored and like mixed with a purple yam that grows over there in Hawaii.
Wow.
And so
my
you get that flavor and that sweetness. They actually started baking some of their breads in the restaurant, but now they actually have a bakery called Say So Sweets. Right
Heck
down the
yeah.
street.
I know. I've been to Say So Sweets. Yes, sir.
So Say So Sweets is actually basically the same owners as Mariana Grinds right there on the beach in St. John's Bluff.
Awesome.
That's dope.
That is awesome.
Hidden gems. We got some hidden gems.
I wish I could remember the name of the place. This is a gym if I could remember it, but it's a bakery on Main Street that we used to get our goods from at Wildcrafters for a little while. And they had this amazing vegan banana foster.
You're talking about 1748 Bakehouse?
Yes.
Big Rich knows Jacks.
Big Rich knows Jacks indeed. Yes, sir. Yeah, shout out to them. Oh my God. I have never had something so good that was vegan. Like
Yeah.
I
delicious.
Because I will eat vegan food.
I hate vegetables. Wow.
I'll eat vegan food if it tastes good, but I'm not vegan at all by any means. I'll eat whatever if it tastes good into my
Yeah, I'm
flavor.
always down to try something new, and I've definitely had my fill of some vegan meals that were fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
My first tiptoe was a food truck called Murray Hillbilly, and Murray Hillbilly actually now has a brick and mortar, which has also been struggling due to the pandemic because veganism isn't really that big in Jacksonville. It's growing.
Correct.
But if you are looking to tiptoe into the vegan world, Murray Hillbilly on Edgewood Avenue is one of the best spots to try it because they do some really good flavors out of there too.
I wanted to, because he's completely right. Actually, this girl that works at Wildcrafters, her name is Audrey. She's really good friends with the guy that was the partial owner. His name is Ryan.
Yeah.
Ryan Stranford. He owned half of the business. He sold his shares and now the guy owns 100% of it. But he actually moved to now Gainesville, Florida, and he owns a place called Plantology Foods.
Okay.
So same thing. He's opening up a whole vegan restaurant and everything as well. But yeah, Murray at Hillbilly, yeah, absolutely. If you're looking for vegan food and you're trying to venture out, go there. Especially like there's a place called Vail in Riverside as well.
I like Ville.
And I've been there, and it's good, but like I said, it's vegan food, so it just depends for me. I love their meatballs. They're vegan
I really
meatballs.
dig their acai bowls, even though that's not anything vegan at all.
Well, technically it's vegan because there's no meat in it. So,
Yeah.
True.
but it's not plant based. I mean, it's all plant based. So, thing is, I mean, obviously, I'm no authority on veganism, and I'm no authority on vegan food. You know,
Yeah.
I grew up eating meat and pork and everything.
Preach.
I mean, this body was built on pulled pork and ribs.
Yes,
But,
sir.
It's the way
you
to
know,
go, man.
But you know, you gotta venture out inside your comfort zone. As I keep saying over and over again, the comfort zone will just keep you stagnant. It'll basically just kill your taste buds if all you eat is the same thing.
What's the most exotic thing you've ever ate?
That's facts.
Durin? It's like almost like a squash, but it's very stinky.
I've heard about
It's
that.
very stinky, and so you can get past that. It's not bad to taste, but it's hard to get past. the
Wait,
smell.
You actually,
What?
I've seen videos of people trying that, and they gag when they smell it.
How does
Like,
that work? Because I thought if you could smell it, you could taste it.
No, actually, your taste buds aren't always connected.
Hold your breath. You never took medicine as a kid, and like
Yeah, hold your nose.
hold your nose.
You ain't never had to pick up no dog shit and then
No. I've had to pick up dog shit before,
Yeah.
but no.
like, but you just like you picking it up.
But Durin's are pretty exotic, you know, things like that. Obviously, you know, things like octopus, and you know, we had to eat.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Octopus is good.
You ever had blackened gator tail?
Oh yeah.
Blackened. I know people
Yeah.
usually have fried gator tail, but well, in Florida at least, if you probably had gator tail if you lived here
That's
at least.
usually how you eat it. Is
Yeah.
you get like chunks, like nuggets or whatever, and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
but blackened gator tail specifically to me just hits different. I don't know why, but it's amazing.
Well, you can actually control how tender it is when you do blackened because you're grilling it. You can actually control more of the heat.
True that.
That makes a lot more sense actually now that I think about
Yeah,
it.
we
That's
learned
great.
a lot today.
Yeah,
Lot of-
no, we
lot
did.
of good places, good food, a lot of stuff y'all should check out. We talked about some hidden gems. We don't have no hidden thrills, do we?
Hidden thrills, no, not me personally.
I'm talking about places that you've been to and you're like, they need to do better with this food. Any places that you tasted and was like, what is this?
So what you'll realize on my page, I'm not for blasting people, and I'm not much for negativity on my page.
Yeah, I feel
That's
you.
good.
The way I give my critiques is to the owners, to the store managers, to the restaurant managers, because if you put that negativity out there for that one person, it could just completely destroy them. And they
That
might have
is
just
true.
they might have just had an off day.
Yep.
The kitchen could have been in an off day, and it may have never happened that way before. And it's just that certain day you came in. So I always try to give people a
The
chance.
benefit of the doubt.
I always try to give people at least a couple of chances. I'll go back and I'll try it again on a different day.
Yeah.
Because I've had experiences where, I've had horrible situations and bad tasting meals, or just, very small portions or something like that. And I'll bring it up because that's just the type of person I am. I'll bring it up to the manager.
Yeah.
I won't get mad. I'm not going to take it out on the server because it's not their fault.
Yeah.
It's not the server's fault that the food
Absolutely.
coming out of the kitchen is bad. If I can imprint anything on your audience, stop treating the servers like crap because
100%.
the kitchen is slow. It's not their fault.
Say that a little bit louder for the ones in the back.
It is not their fault because right now, especially because of the pandemic and because of the low, the way things are situated right now, people are hurting for staff members in the kitchen.
Absolutely.
People are hurting for employees. So they're doing the best they can right now. So if you can afford to go out to eat, then you can afford to be kind and patient.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, stay home cooking for yourself.
Yeah,
I'm one of those people that can't cook.
I agree.
And I'm also one of those people that I'm not bold enough to say anything if I don't like my food. I have to bring a friend for that.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm here for.
It all depends, man. It all
Appreciate
depends.
that.
If it depends on what it is. But like I said, if I get a steak and I order it mid-rare medium and it comes out well
That's
done,
different. That's different, bro.
I'm raising hell.
That's different.
And here's the thing.
Didn't we have an experience like that before?
It really depends on the restaurant.
all
To be
have.
honest with you, you got to know what your expectations and how you should set your expectation when it comes to a restaurant. If you're going to a restaurant that cooks everything else, but they specialize in everything else, and you order a steak,
That's different for facts.
Don't expect the perfect steak.
Don't go to Waffle House and
Yeah,
get the steak
that's it.
and then be disappointed when the steak isn't what you
When
think.
it's
Where's
over.
my ribeye?
Yeah, this actually we went to Outback Steakhouse
Right.
because I was working at Carrabba's,
Sure.
and same thing. They just just steakhouse, goddamn. Like,
Well, that's that thing. You also got to you understand that you got to take it with a grain of salt. But whenever you go to a steakhouse that's a national chain steakhouse, they don't pay their employees enough to care. Think about it that way. They don't.
You
pay
can
enough.
nail that in my head one more time, actually.
They don't. Yeah, they don't. And that's what I'm saying. But you go to a place like Salento's, which is a Colombian steakhouse over on Old St. Augustine Road.
I've been there.
I've never been there.
Yes.
Stop
Say
doing
it
that.
again. Mwah. They, like I said, and not only do they give you good flavors and properly cooked temperatures, but it's less expensive than most like places that you go to, Outback or what's called.
Yeah, I've never
Long
been
Run.
there.
Make it a point. Write it down.
Solentos.
But that is
Salento's over on Old St. Augustine Road.
Yeah.
It's in a plaza. It's another hidden gem.
I love
Give
it.
you a fourth.
there. You go.
We got like our fifth or sixth inch.
Yeah, I know, right?
How do you spell that?
Salento.
Yep.
Salento.
That was simple. Solento.
Yes. Like bentos, but with a salad at the beginning.
Yes, sir.
I like that.
But yeah, you can get. I'll give you an example. You can get the Salento's combination for everyone out there. Less than $20, you're gonna leave full and stuffed. You're gonna get a small steak, chicken breast, ribs, and Colombian sausage.
Hold on. Run that back, Big Rich. Run that back, Big Rich. We need them to hit that one.
Yes, you're gonna get a sampling of everything. You're gonna get a steak. You're gonna get grilled chicken. You're gonna get ribs, and you're gonna get a Colombian sausage link. And add on
great.
2 sides.
Oh my
You get 2 sides for less than $20.
How? That
That's
is
a sample pack.
amazing.
It is.
I like it.
Silento.
That is absolutely
You
amazing.
get it. Like I said, you because you're going to a place that really cares
Yeah.
about their customers. They want to give you the best of
Right.
what they can and keep their prices low, so you'll continue to come back.
Yeah.
That's what's important. Going one time means nothing to a business, honestly.
Yeah.
It means that one little small amount, that one day, but you know what means the most is when you come back the next week or even 2 weeks from now.
Right.
That repeat
That's real.
customer means more to that business than anything.
That's real. That is. You have to have your repeat businesses, and that just man. And when you say that too about like the Outbacks and the Carrabba's and all that too, because I worked there for 4 years, and I was I started off as a server. They found out I had some kitchen experience. They brought me back there on prep. Then I did saute. Then I did grill. I did all that fun stuff back there, and yeah, you're right. I mean, they just don't. I had to beg for them to even like see my potential and like to get a raise, and that's really in any corporate world.
Yes.
That's just how it is, because even if you're talking to your proprietor, he's not the owner.
Right.
He's going through somebody to get you a raise and all that as well. So I mean, that's just a big bad dog world when you enter corporate chain restaurants.
Yeah.
It's definitely a harder earned, and yeah, some people go into that not with any restaurant experience either as well.
Yeah.
And get trained for the first time in a restaurant at Carrabba's, so maybe they weren't trained properly on how to cook either. So yeah, there's a lot of fact. You just brought up some memories when you brought that up, and that was real. So I appreciate that.
I hear that more times than you believe. Like I bring up like memories, or of course I always get the man, you making me hungry.
Oh, yeah. Definitely got my mouth
Yeah.
Watering a little bit today.
That's usually.
I gotta see what that Silento talking about.
Yeah, you got to. Man.
Silento,
Yeah.
my bad.
It's a great little date spot too. If you got a significant other, it's nice and cozy. You
Okay.
know, low lighting.
Okay.
It's a really good little spot.
So that's one of your favorite spots? Like a
yeah,
date
if I'm in
spot?
the mood for if I'm in the mood for a good steak or with some rice and beans, they got great rice and beans over there. But yeah, Salento's is definitely one of those spots that I could go anytime and just enjoy myself because they got a pretty large menu that ranges anywhere from a small item to larger items, all the way from the average of
That's perfect.
$10 to $15 all the way up to like $50-$60.
Yeah, I like that. I need a new date spot to go to. These girls nowadays don't like Panera Bread.
No, that's not.
I
Really,
know you're not taking
No,
nobody
I-
no
I'm-
Panera bread. I know you're not.
I'm not taking about.
I mean, it's not very romantic when you got to key your own menu item into the screen.
Hey,
Yeah.
so,
And
it's
then,
self checkout.
I just thought about this one too. I took you there not too long ago. I'm gonna say it wrong. Arepa or Arepa, something like that.
Yeah, you got arepa,
Arepa,
whatever.
something like that.
Arepa.
I was close.
Arepa.
I was closest the second time.
You gotta roll the
But,
R.
It's like
yeah.
an air, right? Arepa.
Arepa, yeah.
But I forgot. Do you know what street they're located on by chance? It's that main.
Riverside Avenue?
Yeah, that's
Is it Riverside Avenue?
Yeah.
Okay,
Those
perfect.
Jags.
Absolutely amazing. What is that even called? A taquino, I think is what it's called. It's just literally like
the cheese filled like little pastry type
Oh
thing.
yeah, that joint.
it's just a
was
little
bad.
appetizer, and
Yeah.
it
That
comes with a
joint
little
was bad.
avocado dip.
Yes.
Dangerous.
That was bad.
Dangerous.
That joint
Yeah.
was bad.
Everything. Their empanadas were amazing when they do those. They have those for like specials sometimes,
think I
and I
tried the
get them.
empanada.
They didn't have them that day we were there. It's a special they do, I think.
You brought up another hidden gem for me when you said empanada.
Yeah.
La Bodega.
La Bodega.
La
La
Bodega.
Bodega.
What is
Also,
that?
also on the west side.
West side?
Off of Blanding Boulevard near San Juan on Shirley Avenue.
Okay. I know exactly what you're talking about.
That's not too deep. West
La
Side.
Bodega. They have some of the best empanadas and Latin food. Just oh my gosh.
So where are we going to
Bodega.
eat after this? Is the real question.
That's a great question.
We'll figure it out as time goes by.
Yes.